Signals or status indicators in Spider Project. Status indicators is a very powerful way to represent your data in a more user-friendly visual format, so the team can focus their attention on their problematic areas quickly. To set up a signal in Spider Project, I'm going to go to the main menu, main window, and under the area Others, there's a signal option. So let's just double click on that option and it will take you to the table where all the signals are stored. We don't have any signals set up in this particular project yet, and I'm going to right click and create a new signal. By double clicking on that signal, I'm going to the signal properties and I'm going to set up a signal which will be called a reg, red, amber, green, for the baseline finish comparison. Now the next step is to add the intervals to this signal settings. I'm going to add a level, anything up to 0. I'm going to call it a green color. Another level, anything up to 5 variance, it's going to be amber. And I'm going to add another layer, up to 10 and more, that will be red. So this is just a quick example. You can set up the levels and intervals as required for your particular analysis. And I'm going back to the activity Gantt. So we are going to compare the current finish date to the baseline finish date. For that to be calculated, we need to go into the project properties and make sure that the baseline is properly assigned. So I'm selecting the baseline assignment, which will be, in my example, version 1 of that schedule. As next steps, after that a baseline is assigned, I need to go into run a comparison step. So I'm going to the main menu comparison with baseline, and after I've done that, that actually asks me to set up the columns that I will be analyzing. So I'm going to use them as they are. I'm not going to change any settings here. So I'm just going to run a very simple comparison. And you can see there's a lighter recorder color baseline appeared at the background of the current schedule. To be able to analyze that a bit better, let's just, the baseline looks very similar to my current schedule. So let me just update the remaining volume of one of the tasks and recalculate my schedule using the CPM scheduling option. So now we can have the visibility of the variance. It's a little bit more obvious now where activities are moved. So the next step is to set up the formula for the reg indicator calculation. So I'm going to the main menu formulas, and in the formula field I'm going to add a new formula. The new formula will be driven of the field, the finish date, and I'm going to use the difference calculation on the finish date to the baseline. So now if I say execute, it actually says I don't have a field defined for that, which is right. So what I need to do is I need to define the user defined field. So right click on the table header, go new field, and this is user field A. So this user field A is now need to be driven of the formula. The formula is driven of the finish variance as we have set up, and now if I click execute, that user field is now populated. So let's close this property box, and if I just double click on that field again, I'm going to the properties and I'm going to say it's a numerical value, and the decimals I'm just going to say no decimals for that, and now I can see just the variance. So for that variance, the calculated variance to, maybe I should give it a proper title as well. So for that variance now, not just to be a number, but to become a graphical indicator, I need to go into the additional settings, and for the type, I need to select that signal, reg baseline finish indicator, and I can select a different marker for that as well. So maybe I want to see a box, and there you go. I think now we've got the reg indicator visible in our ActivityCAN view table. You can play with the settings and investigate a bit more, but in principle, this is how you set up the signal or a status indicator in Spider Project.